Hello, we're back, and I'd like you to be introduced to the interface of our PS322 Introduction to Microsoft Power Automate site. So we'll be using a Google site, thanks to Google, and to navigate, you just have to scroll down for the entire uh, page, and the site actually has navigation on this side. Okay, so the very first page should be the home page, which has the what do you call, the definition or a welcome note. It has the video, which earlier was played, and some welcome notes. You'd have there also a link going to the meet your facilitator, some information about myself, yours truly. And going down further, you'll find there a link also in terms of the topic schedules. And if you click that one, it would bring you to a document that would show you the course outline, what are the deliverables, the workload, how am I supposed to be supporting you, how Bichronous lessons should be done, and how our lessons should be done. So we will be working on initially day one and day two, and that will be the coverage actually of this site. Lesson two, or rather module two, would actually be shown later on as the day would roll. So you have there the modules and how we'll be working on them. Okay, so that's in terms of our syllabus, which is in this link. Now, here also is a link which should bring you or give you the download of our training manual, which is in PDF version. Definitely, you could download this file. It would show you the two modules, the contents, and the exercises. You could go over them, and this would be practically the notes for the lessons. So feel free to go over them as soon as you download them. Here is our course objectives, and we have what we call every after day's lesson. There's a day one. There's a course checklist, and for day one, I would be showing you checklist number one. So you'd be passing five of them. So what would this checklist do for us? So the checklist would need your name on it and your email address, and you'd you'd have to, since it's a checklist, it would allow you to check on your progress and if ever you've done everything needed for the class. So these are the points to be considered. If you have done them, then uh, copy this wingding and put a check mark here. Okay, so that would mean you have done that part. So after having checked those, and you just have to reply to some of the items here, just add your points, your reflections, and just follow the instructions. And once you're done with it, please save it. Since this is a template, save it with your name on it and email it to me as per instruction. So there's the instruction that would run later on how to mail it as soon as you're done with it. Okay, so that's the home page. Now you've seen the facilitators page. That's just a brief bio. Then we'll move to getting started, which is day one. Day one would have videos on it, and would have links to some activities, and you'd have there how to the submission. So that's at the end of day one. You would once more open that file, and you're asked to email it to me. Just make sure you put the title on the subject PS322 day one checklist, and with your last name and first name on it. It would also be best if you would put your last name on the checklist, append your last name or as a suffix to this file. Okay, so that's how it is. Then you have module 2, see, and you'll have their introduction. You have your links to lesson 1 and lesson 2. You also have your navigation bar on the left side of your web page, so it would bring us to lesson 1. You have some links to YouTube videos which would help us, and the notes on the lesson, and we'll have an activity using Padlet which we'll explain later on. And finally, so this is day 2, first part of day 2. You're supposed to be downloading once more this checklist, and that's still not the end. You'd have to go to lesson 2, play the video again in terms of some things that would be needed, and the introduction to the interface of Power Automate, which we'll be seeing in a bit. Plus, of course, finally, so you have also some notes here, how to create a flow. So you have, when you see down arrow, that means those are expandable. You have notes still. And just to cap our lesson for this day 2, we'll be having a fun quiz using Kahoot, and we'll see that later on. And once you're done with it, just make sure you pass your assignment submission as you've done the first day. Again, with the email subject PSG to day 2 this time, checklist, and your last name and your first name. Once more, put as a suffix to this file name your full name. Okay, so that's in terms of our interface. Just go back to the home page and you should be good. Okay,